Oh, sorry.
Yes,
I feel like we need like rings, like matching rings and stuff now.
we are definitely in a good mood tonight. Hello and welcome to another session of the Kingdom of Agick. This is session 22. I'm Gregory. This is 1 in 20 D&D, and we are making one more change to the lineup. We are down to, it's going to be 4 players now. And we're not going to get into the what or why. We're just going to have our core 4 players for the time being. And the 4 players are, of course, the
Pickle
fantastic...
Rick!
the
True.
fantastic Reed playing Farron, Michelle with Kyra the Druid, Colin playing Kaylin, the intrepid
Everyone's favorite,
bard.
of course.
Indeed. Tyler, our dwarven paladin, Gitgrot, of course, Farron, our half-elven sorcerer. Sorcerer rogue, in fact. So, the
Dun,
last time... Yeah, dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Last time in the Kingdom of Agick, the party was actually succeeded in freeing some captives that were being treated as slaves inside the Sacred Stone Monastery. They had followed the request of the leader of the what they've determined to be the air cultists in the nearby keep and nearby spire, I mean, sorry. And he pointed them and said, oh, these evil doers in the Sacred Stone Monastery, they're the real problem in the area. And not believing him for a minute, they decided to investigate on their own. Kyra, using her newly, let's say, enabled or newly activated is probably a better way to say, trinket, gave her the ability to use Arcane Eye and kind of do some scouting through the monastery while Farron and Kaylin kind of did a perimeter around the monastery, checking things out, checking the doorways, poking in one or two, and finding a patrol of Duragar guards. They went back, got the rest of the party, and said, here's the deal. We found these slaves. We want to free them. Are you guys in? To which everyone said, all right, let's go do it, and came back to the monastery. It is still middle of the night. We're going to say it's probably at this point, let's call it like 3 in the morning. So still dark outside. There are a handful of monks that you just, once you got the slaves, you were trying to take them up and out of the monastery quietly. However, when you came up the stairs back to the main level of the monastery, you encountered a basically ready and waiting for you group of guards and monks. They were all monks or some such. They seem to be these apparently the monks that are in this, and if it is a cult, which you suspect it to be, these were members. You pretty quickly handled the main group. However, one of them took off running. The leader, actually, of this group that met you at the top of the stairs took off running. You chased him down, took him out, as well as 2 more guards that were apparently guarding the main entrance to the temple, and were on it seems like they're probably on like a 24-hour watch in that front foyer or entry room. The last thing that happened were 2 additional monks came out of this room, kind of down at this southeastern corner of the corridor you ran through, chasing the leader, the priest that was leading this group. Now, you don't know if this is the leader of the monastery. He was clearly in charge of these men and women that you just faced. but you dispatched him pretty easily. They had just acted. They came out of the room. They kind of looked at you and like went, "Uh-oh, what do we do now?" Because they kind of realized that basically they're surrounded. So it was Matthias's turn. Matthias is really primarily focused on getting the slaves out safely. So what he's going to do is stand guard in the hallway, essentially right where he is, and like signal all the men and women to run out of the the monastery. So when so he's holding an action. If anyone comes running down and barreling at him, he will defend himself. The next person to act is going to be Farron. You and Kyra and Torm and Kaelin basically just took out these 3 individuals in the main entryway and just had 2 new monks pop up in the corridor behind you. So what would you like to do?
So it's just so there's nobody here currently.
Nobody where currently?
We don't see. I'm sorry, Greg. I apologize. There's
You're fine.
There's no enemies that we've killed everybody, haven't we?
Well, so you killed all of you killed the initial group that was at the top of the stairs, including the one.
Oh, there's 2 behind us now. I
but
see.
Two,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
The last thing that happened at the very end of the last session was that 2 more had just popped out into the hallway.
Gotcha.
They heard the commotion and came out like, "What's going on?" And saw like, "Oh, look left, see 3 people down there." Quick look straight ahead, 2 more over there, and a bunch of slaves running by them. So they're kind of like, "Oh shit, now what?" so
it's Farron's turn right now.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay,
we're
so
back at
before
the
he
top
goes-
of the initiative, basically.
Perfect. So before Farron's turn, Kaelin turns to him when he sees these 2 enemies, jump out of nowhere. Turns to him and says, "Oh man, it's like that every time I leave a young lady's chamber. Some asshole's always popping out of nowhere."
Yeah. How you feeling? I'm running out of steam here. And
But we got this. But we got this, my friend.
Oh yeah. I go in for a fist bump. Do you fist bump me?
Oh yeah, of course, dude. I mean, that's a
All right,
given.
cool.
You don't need my response about it, dude. If you say you fist bump, I'm fist bump.
Oh yeah. As you pull away the fist bump, my hand bursts into flames. I throw a fireball.
And I literally draw out my long swords like we're ready to like charge in there for fucking like combat. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. You know.
Fire bolt or fireball?
Fireball.
Oh shit, which is perfect because dude, I'm right after you in initiative. Let's do this, dude. Let's fuck this shit up.
All right,
Fist bump and then
blue
Fist
or
bump.
so there.
And we go.
Boom! As soon as you blast back from the fist bump, a spark of fire emerges from your fingertips. Are you gonna target blue or green?
I'll target the green one.
All right.
Because I want the blue one to turn around and look back at the wall.
All right. So go ahead and make your attack.
15 plus 8, I'm pretty sure hits.
Yes, indeed it does.
Alright, 2d10. 12.
All right. Fantastic.
Rolling
So
damage of
you blast him soundly with your firebolt. He kind of lets out a grunt of pain, trained as he is to withstand such blows. Anything else? Bonus action?
no, I'm done.
Movement? All right.
I will stay there.
Kalen, what are you going to do?
You're up, bud.
Well, I mean, we all know what Kaelin does. I mean, he rushes in as close as he can get, which is here. And then because he still wants to fuck shit up, he casts, just to make sure I have the distance here, team. Sorry, the spell part is like, I'm not at I need to look it up. So, in a sec here. So, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Give me a second here. I'm doing something. Just give me 1 second.
We trust you.
Have I ever led us wrong before? Tyler, don't answer that. Don't answer that, Tyler.
A few times.
Okay, you know what we're gonna do? No, that's you, my man. That's you thinking back to when you like the second session of last campaign when you were like, "Fuck you, like captain of the guard. I'm gonna like boot you with my centaur hooves."
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it because I talked us out of the situation.
That was so funny.
And that was before we were poor lost circus performers. All right, so I'm casting Cloud of Daggers because that'll get both of them. And just range 60 feet, cube of 5 feet. Greg,
do you still have the spell slots for it?
Yeah, I have 2
Sure.
left.
Okay,
so.
super. So you've been marking them off then on the sheet.
Yeah, I've been diligent about that because Michelle gets on my ass when I'm on. She's like, "Did you mark that, Colin? Did you put that down, Colin?" Yes, Michelle, I put it down. Thank you.
All right. So Cloud of Daggers pops up in
On the 2 of
between
them, like literally right on the top guy.
Yeah, I am so. I really still think that this is going to affect them immediately because it says when they enter the square, and right now it's entering their square. So I'm feeling like it happens immediately. So let me just double check. I want to read it one more time, but I'm pretty sure that's how I want to interpret it. Fill the air with a creature takes when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So it's both. So I'm just going to say the damage happens immediately. You cast the spell, daggers start whipping around in the air, these magical, like, what color are they? Colin, you're muted, I think.
Sorry, what color or what?
What color is the magic? Like, what color is the energy?
I didn't know there was a color.
Well, we're just giving it flavor, man.
All right, let's go with red.
All right,
Right.
sweet. So these crimson red daggers, it's energy, but it's in the shape of daggers, and it starts whipping around in this like miniature cyclone right between the 2 of them. Go ahead and roll your damage, and I will do their saving throws. What is your DC?
Oh yeah, my DC is determined by my charisma, correct?
Yes.
So
8 plus proficiency plus charisma.
we haven't leveled yet, so I guess I'm still 17 charisma, which is hold on.
Wow, it doesn't even say there's any
DC.
So you have 8 plus 6.
It's like it's almost makes it like an auto hit.
14. Yours should be a 14 if you're.
It doesn't say make saving throw.
It doesn't. It says you fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range. A creature takes 44 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there.
Oh, well, that's nice. And they just get it. They just eat it. Eat it, bad guys.
But
eat
that's
it.
weird.
Well, you're the DM, Greg. You make the decision. I don't care.
I think that's why we thought it was they take damage on their turn, at the start of their turn.
Sounds a little OP, but
Yeah, the bards are OP, man. That's the great thing about 5th edition. Bards are totally OP.
They are pretty open.
Well, I'm just gonna make it an auto hit, kind of like magic missile. So it happens. They take so roll the damage. 44.
kind of like what? I think you said it wrong.
All right, 11 damage to the both of them. So the one that Farron just hit cries out and then crumples to the floor in a mess. And the other one is wounded and upset that he just got sliced and his robes get kind of scratched up and he is not happy. All right. Did you move in bonus action?
I think I might be. Nope, I'm done because I got to actually. Because if we actually do entertain my idea once we're done with combat, I'm gonna have to save every last piece of advantage that I have, Greggy.
All righty.
So I'm finished.
All right. So Gikrot, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna walk right down there and smack him with my hammer.
Yeah, go for it. All right. So you come charging down on your stout dwarven legs. Crack! 9 damage to the. He's not wearing armor, so but you can tell that they're pretty quick. But you kind of run up, you fake one way and smack him to the other. He is on his last legs. Do you have multiple
I
attacks?
smack him again.
Yes. All right, and another solid hit. Crack, crack. You clobber him. You punch him in the stomach or the chest. He caves forward, and then you swing it up over your head and clock him on the top of the head, and he goes down in a heap on the ground. Fantastic. And I just realized I didn't start the damn
Kiss it.
combat music. I should have started combat music, but I missed it, so we'll just have to save it for the next combat. All right, so in short order, crack, crack, they go down. So at the moment, the slaves are currently like part way down this corridor, starting to come up, spill up out the stairs, and Matthias is just kind of like directing them down the corridor. I'm going to take the turn order down. For the moment, we're out of initiative. So
I got a question for you.
Yep.
Is this door right here open?
I am not sure. Let me check.
Because I don't know if he went to open the door or not. Like, I know he got there, but I don't know if he, like, opened the door and then got, like, killed before he could walk through the door.
I'm gonna say it's that they are not locked.
Okay. Well, while they're, like, doing the whole I'm gonna smash these two and kill them to death and stuff, if we're not in initiative, I'm gonna run over here and start fiddling through this guy's pockets, just because.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna open the door, and then I'm gonna walk in here and open this door too.
All right. Well,
Everybody
so one thing at a time. So you walk over and start rifling through the pockets. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Kind of steal.
Yeah, I'm looking for his.
Investigation. Ooh. I rolled a natural 19. 20.
Okay. So I don't. Where is his stuff? Where the heck is his stuff? His stuff. Sorry.
Reed, give her a kiss.
He apparently doesn't.
Give her a kiss, Reed. Give her a kiss, Reed. Come on.
Are you guys in the same room or different rooms?
Same room.
Same room.
That's why
There's
it's
a big table in the way.
the mic is muted on his, so it doesn't echo.
Alright. He doesn't appear to be carrying anything of value. I
Got his little
think.
stacky stick.
Try to find something here. Where the hell is it?
It looks important.
Reed, look in chat. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I don't think.
So he
Um,
has a key on him.
Ooh, I take
Yeah.
the key.
Yeah, so it's 8 plus your proficiency, which is a +3, and plus your charisma, which is a 17, which is a +3. So yeah. And then if you get more proficiency, like if you get a proficiency bonus of +4, it'll go up, or your charisma goes up.
Actually, he has 2 keys on him.
I've seen one of me. I take both.
He has 2 keys on him. That's all you find on his person. He is okay. Too much to do. Too much going on. All right. So he is So he has He is wearing splint mail armor.
Ooh.
So
I
there's
take
that.
Kyra just starts undressing him as you're talking. I mean,
That's right. It's
that's a no-brainer. It's like anything of any value. Let's just completely strip it down to nuts and bolts.
All right.
That's right. I'm like, ooh, it's a fashion show. Okay, I'll be taking this.
All right, so that's gonna take you.
That's fine.
It takes like a minute to get it off.
I will take that minute.
Actually, no, it takes 5 minutes to get it off. It's heavy armor.
I will take the 5 minutes and derobe him.
Greg, can I ask a very this might be an annoying question, but how long would it take? We're all out of combat now, right? Combat's done. Okay, so how long would it take all of us to search all these dead bodies and then send just for gameplay purposes, send Matthias and Torm with the freed slaves back to town? How long would that take?
That's a good idea.
So the slaves will basically be able to get out in I would say under a minute. It's not going to take them long at all.
Okay, so let's send Matthias and Torm, with the slaves, obviously to write them out of the story, so to speak, with the slaves to get them back protected to wherever the fuck they're going.
Minus
and then
the dwarf. We have to talk to that dwarf.
All the slaves still have Pass Without a Trace on them.
Yeah, so they're quietly wandering their way out outside.
Matthias, leave that bag of holding. Thanks. We need it to put all this.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, we're just gonna say for the sake of, it's part of the party now, so somebody can take over the bag of holding.
I nominate Farron or Michelle.
You can nominate him.
Okay.
I nominate not me.
Yeah, I nominate not me too. I nominate not Tyler or myself.
All right.
I will make sure I keep the group loop updated.
Okay, so So, who wants to search the bodies, and who wants to talk to the dwarf?
I'm searching bodies. I'm not a
I will talk to the dwarf, but I would like
I will go with him.
No, you search the bodies, dude. We need people to. We are under time constraints here, dude. We have no idea who's coming. I mean, there could be a random encounter. Trust me, I'm a bard. I am the voice of the party. Let me use my persuasion on you. Just before I do that, though, I turn to the brains of the operation, which is obviously not you, Tyler, but Farron and Michelle, and I say, "What am I asking this clown?"
While this is happening, I walk out over to the dwarf.
All right, super. All right,
And
so
I'm still pilfering bad guys. I'm totally pilfering bad guys right now.
okay, to make this go by a little more smoothly, go ahead and roll just roll an insight check for me, Tyler.
Yeah.
For I should say Grit Grot, please.
Insight. I can do this.
And actually, roll it with advantage because this is a dwarf. So roll it with.
I naturally have
Fantastic.
advantage.
Fantastic. Just kind of like how easily you can communicate with him. So roll again because with advantage.
Okay, yeah.
Look at big dual screen. Look at that.
And the 20 is probably plenty. Yeah. All right. So here's what happens. He's keeping an eye on everyone going out. They're mostly commoners. You can tell that they're from different. Like I mentioned this last time, just to refresh everyone. They're kind of from different walks of life. Some of them might be nobles. Some of them might be farm workers, fishermen, or there's like everything. There's not a lot of fishing around here, so that's more unlikely. It's more like hunters, trappers is what I meant to say. Hunters and trappers, mostly farmers.
Any hookers?
None. Nope,
Probably,
sadly.
yeah. There's.
Is did not hear that.
You don't know.
Gross.
If they are, it's not clear. But here's so he tells you.
Okay.
So very quickly he kind of tells you his tale. He tells you that these Earth cultists ambushed the delegation that he was part of from the sorry, I gotta get their name right. Give me a sec. Where is it? From the Ironhold Pass, or from Mountain Keep. So from the dwarves and the dwarves of the Temple Mountains. That's what he says. Delegation from the dwarves of the Temple Mountains. They were ambushed. The Earth cultists and their captives, so he and others, they were ferried across a river, the local river, by pirates who received the sage's beloved books as payment.
Murdered by pirates is good.
And so he yeah. Mm-hmm. This dwarf is the sage, so his books were confiscated and given as payment. The bandits flying on giant vultures ambushed the Earth cultists somewhere in these Somber Hills where you guys are at. The bandits captured the delegate Desena Norvale. This is another delegate that he was with. Broldenthar and the rest were brought to the Sacred Stone Monastery, and the sage was put to work. Unfortunately, delegates Rundorth and Teresio were taken below to an unknown fate. So he doesn't know what happened to them.
Rundorth and what was the other name?
Rundorth, Rundorth, and Teresiel, Teresiel. Okay, so just to run that by you again, he was on his way to Agick. He was ambushed. Their delegation was ambushed. He mentioned that some of the dwarves that he was with did get away, and after you guys kind of discuss it, Farron and Kyra and Torm and Matthias recognize it to be the dwarven cart that they found that was wrecked after they came out of the orcs, the mine where the orcs had been holed up. You found a cart that had been wrecked, and it bared a symbol so you gather that they were traveling with them. But apparently they didn't make it. So they were going to go. Not only were they bringing these casks or these ingots to the city, they also had a delegation along with them. The majority of the delegation got captured. One of the members of the delegation got taken by these giant vulture riding.
The air cultists.
So.
Right.
Delegation got ambushed, then by the Earth cultists. The Earth cultists got ambushed by the Air cultists, but they only made off with one person, and that was one of the delegates. There were 4 to begin with. The 2 others got taken down below, is what he says. Taken below. Kyra gathers that it was the deeply descending staircase that she didn't have time to scout. That's where he was talking about below. That was really the only place that Kyra saw that went any further down.
Okay. Air cultists got ambushed by the Earth cultists.
Yep.
I think I got all that.
And he's upset about his beloved books being taken. Doesn't really have much more information to share with you. So once you guys get that in, taken into, once you have that conversation, Torm and Matthias agree to take the group of slaves and kind of escort them back to Agick. Some of the farmers, they basically have already, even though you guys didn't give them any weapons, they've already picked up whatever they could find, like anything that was lying around that could even potentially be used as a weapon, like the orcs and the orcs and their weapons or whatever. Just anything they saw, they grabbed it to defend themselves with. Only a few, like 2 or 3 of the men. The others are just like kind of cowering. You can see by their haggard looks and whatnot. They just want to get home. Torm and Matthias again agree to bring them back. And now, one thing I want to ask is that are any of you guys gonna? Well, it doesn't matter. Someone, when they go outside, will recognize and notice quickly, right away, in fact, that the Duergar that were dead are still on the ground, but the one that was unconscious and functionally was naked is not there.
Yeah.
You know what? I would probably say,
Good job,
what is
Roxy.
going on, Roxy? What do you do? You're supposed to watch these people. What's going on?
Oh wait, I forgot Roxy was out there.
Yeah, she was guarding the.
You know what? That's
Good
a
call.
good call. I forgot that she was there. So he's probably
I would
still
yell at
unconscious,
Roxy.
laying on. He's still on the ground, seemingly unconscious. So never mind about that.
But,
Can you, whenever you get a second, just say what we picked up? We were walking around picking up all these guy stuff.
None
Or
of
is that
these
something
people
we
have
could go
anything.
over, no, the bad guys.
None of them
Kyra
have
is-
anything.
They have no weapons.
They're monks.
Something like that?
The guys the other dudes that are the kind of like knight-looking guys with the stone
Yeah.
armor. They
Yeah.
have basically it's plate, but it's like stone. It's not a typical. It's not plate armor like you would expect it to be. And they have these giant stone morning stars.
Oh, I am taking that stuff. I'm undressing folks and stealing their stuff. Morning stars. I'm just gonna write this down.
Tom,
stone plate.
All right.
when
How long do you want to take to do this? As like I said, it's 5 minutes for each set. That's at
I
least
will
15
literally
minutes.
take 15 minutes and take all their crap. I'm doing it. They
Hey,
shouldn't have messed with us.
Tom, if you're gonna
So,
Go ahead.
does that mean we could do a short? While Kyra's doing that, can Kalen take a short rest to recover the songs?
'Cause I don't need a short rest.
You can start a short rest
Kalen will start a short rest.
if you're not.
I'm sorry.
interrupted, then-
Well, absolutely. I get that. I just need to like cover my songs.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm gonna talk to Tom before they leave with the slaves and hey, when you take them back to Agick and just in case any of the slaves we rescued have wealthy and rich family that are really, 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 really grateful that we rescued them, don't take all the money and just leave. Maybe wait around and we'll meet you back there. We can, divvy up stuff.
He says, "I will either be waiting there for you, or you can check with my tinkerer friend, and he'll know where we are."
Okay. We'll catch you back in Agick then.
Right, Roxy, let's go.
After I do that, while he's still taking the short rest, because then it takes 30 minutes. So the second half of that short rest, I want to go walk over here. And
Well,
get in the
just-
store.
That you're not.
And
It's
that-
not going to get that far.
Okay.
Well,
I'm trying to.
I will go. I would have been up here then by then, I guess. Pilfering their bodies. Do they have anything other than just weapon and armor? They have any loot?
Nope.
I'm just gonna be like, you broke pieces of. Okay, and then I just go.
They're monks.
Pious my ass. I'm sure there's some coffers somewhere around here.
Probably.
Researching.
can I come into this room that the monks that ran out from? Can I check to see what's in that room?
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do also.
Well, so let's wind it back. So it's the first 5 minutes. First 5 minutes is here's what's happening. Kyra is searching or taking the arm of splint mail off of this guy. Okay. I guess Kaylin, Farron, you were kind of searching the bodies as well. It sounded like.
Oh, that's probably when I was gonna go talk to Tom when he was leaving.
Okay, so you walk out with Torm as he goes to make sure everybody gets out through the door safely.
Yep.
What do you call it? My mind just slipped. The dwarf so Gitgrot also goes out with you, and Kalen, were you going with them as well?
No, I was going to do a short rest so I could recover my.
All right, so Kalen kind of posts up against a wall,
Exactly.
and it just sits to try to catch a few moments of rest.
Did you want to come out and sit next to this unconscious guy? Because as soon as Tom leaves with the slaves, he's taking Roxy with him, and this guy's going to be unguarded. Did you want to have a short rest next to him?
Sure.
Or he stays unconscious? Okay.
Okay, so you guys go outside. You check. He seems to be, as far as you can tell, he's still unconscious. His breathing is shallow, and he hasn't really moved. You get the slaves out. Have your words with Torm and Matthias after the dwarf tells you his tale. Kyra goes back through the hall, works on the next set of plate. What does so you were going to go back and search that? You want to check into this room?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll follow after I finish pulling all the stuff off.
Okay. So so Kyra, you come back to these guys here. You start getting the second set. Kaylin, you're outside with Gitgrot and Torm. And Matthias. Farron, which door did you want to check?
I don't really want to be stepping over bodies, so I'll go up to this door up where I'm at now.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. I don't think that door is locked. Let me double check.
Oh, I'm sorry, Greg. Are we keeping you away?
No, I just haven't been. Honestly, have not been drinking enough water. Like the last
Honestly,
4 or 5
I was about to
days.
say, well, God damn it, get yourself another beer then.
Yeah. I am not drinking beer tonight. I usually do, but I was like, I just want a soda tonight. So let me see if it's locked. Where the heck was it? Hold on. I gotta look at another note. Come on. There you go. There you go. Huh. What does it say? Okay, so this door is not locked. Do you want to open it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It swings inward, and you see a room that is... there's writing desks standing beneath the windows of this room. Let me open it up for you guys so you can kind of see it a little easier. There you go. So there's desks positioned below the windows of this large workroom. Dusty tomes, stacks of parchment, and pots of ink clutter each desk. So there are... Yeah, there are quite a bit of...
I'm gonna go over and start rummaging through the bookshelves.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
14.
All right. So... All right, so it looks like the monks, one of the things they must be doing is like transcribing tomes. The one that is on the desk, some of them are like, there's some like academic texts on elemental planes. There are holy texts that refer to earth deities and elemental powers. A lot of it seems kind of obscure. There's a philosophical treatise on self-denial and nihilism as the response to a flawed and illogical world. One that is interesting and stands out is it seems to be like a testament.
A testament to Kaylin's bed prowess?
It's is a test.
Greg, I love you, dude. I love how you're like, no, not that.
Well, yes, that and
Sorry, I'm sorry. I couldn't.
You're
resist.
fine.
We all know we all know how Kaylin is.
So There are. It's apparently it is the testament of Marlos Ernrail, the prophet of Earth. Was drawn to a place called the Fane of the Eye by a powerful vision.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he found Iron Fang, the holy implement of Earth power.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
he took it for his own.
And Farron's reading this right now, Greggy.
Yeah, Farron is kind of I'm assuming he's a bit of a speed reader or whatever. So he kind of scanned over the others and saw that they were more the ones on the. Now these are just the ones on the desks. There are tomes on the shelves that you haven't quite given a look to yet.
Yeah.
These are just the ones that are like right out in the open right now. In other words, you haven't searched like the whole room. This is just what's on the desks. Okay, so the one that was like seeming the most important was this. Apparently, this testament, like that's again Marlos Ern Rail, Marlos, and then the last name Urnrayle. So again, Marlos Ernrail, prophet of Earth. Drawn to the Fane of the Eye by a powerful vision, and he found Iron Fang, the holy implement of Earth power, and took it for himself.
Yeah,
Marlos established the Temple of Black Earth. So now you have just learned what this is called. Not the Sacred Stone Monastery, which is the actual name of the building, but the Temple of Black Earth in the ruins of a long-abandoned dwarven stronghold that exists below the monastery.
Okay.
You give me an insight roll.
20.
24.
Nice.
24.
So reading through it, the way it's worded, or the description or whatnot, or you're pretty sure they're not talking about what was directly below, like the level you freed the slaves from. You don't think that's what this is referring to?
Something below that.
Yes. So okay. So like, having been downstairs, didn't seem like what someone would describe as a temple. Kyra's description of what that level consisted of, your conversation with the dwarf,
right?
You're like putting pieces together, and like pretty quickly in your mind you're like, oh, that must be where those other two delegates were taken. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously what we saw when we were down there freeing the slaves. But Kyra knows all of this because she casted the magic eyeball spell, right?
Yes. Yeah. So Kyra got a lay of the land, quote unquote. Saw the stairway going down further. She described as, briefly or basically what to expect and what she saw. Farron, his memory of what she described, your experience of going down. You guys, he went down a little bit and searched around, but that wasn't, again, it wasn't like you didn't. Dwarven stronghold? No, that was not a dwarven stronghold. Below this, directly below it, like the next level, and then with the conversation with Bruldenthar, knowing that Rundorth and Teresial were brought down below, quote unquote, you're piecing together that like the Temple of Black Earth must be lower down, like must be below even farther, possibly down that staircase. And the last bit you kind of glean out of this testament is that he, meaning Marlos, nurtures something called the Black Geode. And when all is ready, the ever-growing mountain shall come and remake these lands in his own image.
That sounds
I like that.
Black Geode.
Okay. So just write these two things down, Farron. There is a write down, there's a text on the elemental planes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There is a holy text that refers to earth deities, but it's pretty obscure. And to earth deities and elemental powers, and then the treaties to this testament. I'm assuming you're gonna search the bookshelves as well.
Yeah. I'm basically just gonna be like anything that interesting. I'll be like, oh, into my bag. And if there's a bag holding anywhere, that'd be better.
Yeah, well, we're gonna say that Matthias is gonna leave one of his bag of holding with you guys. Just
Okay.
give it to you guys so you have it.
Kyra is stuffing that bag of holding right now. Feet pushing in the stuff.
Get in
there!
Okay, I want to say something above the table. Michelle, you know that it's pointless to do that, right? It's like nearly worthless. And you're going to find way more treasure just finding gold and coins. And I get, like, that's cool. I love that that's part of Kyra's personality.
She's a back rat.
Okay.
She can't. I mean, she's like, I want to strip everybody naked.
No, that's...
I want to take every possible... Like,
she really is. I mean, somebody has to tell her, hey, stop it.
It's not an MMO.
All right. But you gotta tell me why, because it does, based on her background, it kind of doesn't make that much sense. But
because this is the reason why. Okay.
Sure.
When she finds things that look interesting, that stone armor is there. It's not normal.
The stone armor is kind of unique, for sure.
It's unique, and then when like this bad guy over here. He just kind of pissed her off because he like almost got away, and it's like, I'm just gonna strip you. And she's been stripping everybody naked, so it's not so much like that.
All get naked up again.
It's more like, I'm gonna do this to you because of what you did, kind of thing. I don't think that she probably wouldn't take everything. I mean, there's a lot of things I think we left behind as we were walking.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I think we left a lot. Yeah, but no. If it's like jewels or something, because like I said, even with the money, like I would take some of the money and give it with the slaves. It's not so much the money. It's just the thing. It has to be done. I don't know. It's like you did this thing and you're supposed to be nice to us, and now I have to humiliate you.
Fair enough. It's okay.
It's kind of like the thing like where Farron is more like, I gotta go stop and draw this thing that's about to kill me because it's fascinating.
Yeah.
So that's like Kyra's thing.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Perfect. Thank you for explaining. But I just want you to know, like, most of the stuff's gonna be pretty worthless if you try to sell it or whatever.
Sure.
So, but that being said, Farron starts searching the shelves, and you very quickly find 2 scrolls among these books and parchments and everything. Give me an Arcana check, please.
That is a 13.
Okay, so you very quickly determine that there are 2 magic scrolls. One appears to be that of Dust Devil, and there is another scroll of Erupting Earth. Those are going to be spells. Those are like from Prince of the Apocalypse book, so you have to look them up. It's not going to be in the SRD.
Yeah.
So if you need those, let me know.
They sound cool, though.
Yeah.
Erupting Earth is a thing that I did outside.
Those were set aside. So you gather that the monks probably recognized that they couldn't be copied. If you understand, because you understand even though you're a sorcerer, you still understand the premise of like magic users and magic user spells and scrolls and stuff. So you kind of know that those couldn't be copied, and the monks must have realized it as well. The other thing that you do when you kind of go through the books is you find that probably 20 of them would have value in like to non-cultists. So you have 20 books worth a total or they're worth, actually the books are each worth 25 gold pieces. So
Nice.
so it's quite so you find quite a score.
Nice. I'd
So
probably just come out with like a big full armful of like books, and I see Kara with the bag of holding. I just walk and be like,
yep,
snatch it. And like,
dump them in.
I need this for a minute.
All right. So
You're like,
did you guys add that to your list of items? So 20 books worth 25 each. And that's something that once you get to a town, we'll just convert it. You just have to go and,
yeah,
find
the important ones, the ones that had the good information there, they'll be ones I'll be keeping.
Sure. Definitely. Yeah, so you have a book that has some information about elemental planes. You have one that has information about earth deities and elemental powers. And then the one that you can take, Marlos's Testament, but it's pretty banal. It's kind of like, banal insights and secrets. Again, it's a book of philosophy, so it's a little dry. But you got those the points. You think you got the most important points with what I shared with you already.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was asking if you could, chuck that into a hand because I was like, oh crap, let me write. Whenever, I don't care.
Yeah, you want me to get those points for you?
Yeah, just chuck them
The
in the
bullet
hand
points? Yeah, you bet. No problem. I'm happy. In fact, no, I don't know if I have. I don't think I have this PDF. So yeah, I'll just I will scan it or print it or write it into a. I'll probably just write it into a handout for you. Sure.
Whenever.
I can do that.
Thank you.
All right. So we're gonna say. So Kyra, you get done with your looting, and what did you want to do? That took you 15, 20 minutes. Of course.
Since I am already kind of in the bag of holding and kind of like going, doing the whole, let's see, I remember there being a warp pick and a javelin. If I had to go through it, what would I say? And I mean, you can message me later or whatever, but what would I say are the things that I'd probably be like, it's probably not worth it, I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, it's not worth it, I'm gonna leave it. Like that kind of thing. I would keep the morning star, like the stuff that we just got, I would probably keep all of that. But I'm just saying, like, some of that other stuff, would I be like, hey, that's probably not worth it? Because, I mean, it does have a capacity, 500 pounds. I mean, it's not like it's endless amount of weight.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you would guess that the stone stuff is probably worthless to anyone that's not a cultist. Like, it looks, like, cumbersome and heavy and not. I mean,
I would probably still keep it.
It's functionally just a big stone club that has like knobs on it, spiky knobs.
So the Morning Star.
The Morning Star.
Okay,
yeah.
I'd probably toss those, but I would keep the plate armors just because I think that would be. I don't know. Kyla thinks that's interesting, but the Morning Stars, yeah. I would also. Anything else in there that'd be like the war picks or something.
I mean, the thing is the just the two bits of plate armor is 130 pounds just for two.
Oh, they are?
Well, they're 65 each, so that's just plate armor. These are stone, so they're actually probably more than that, but we'll just say they're 65. So just I mean, just keep in mind.
I will go keep it until the bag of holding is like spitting stuff out. Then I'd probably be like, maybe I'll get rid of it. I think it is. And then pull it out. I'm just saying, I would have a hard time partying with it unless somebody was like, "Pah!
Right.
Get that stuff out of there," and like, okay, fine, and then I'd take it out. But other than that, I'm not taking it out.
All right. So there's some weapons and armor in there. It's hard to say. All right. So Farron, Gickrot and Kaylin, you watched Torm and Matthias kind of lead the commoners and Berlinthar or whatever out of the canyon. You guys go ahead and you can take the benefit of your short rest if you want to spend some. It's about 30 minutes. Farron, you find your the books we talked about. What was Kyra doing after she finished going through some of
Yes,
these guys?
that's
stuff?
all you, Farron.
Oh, I put in chat. I'm gonna walk over to this door
Which door?
because there's one that right here that I'm standing next to, and pop it open if it's unlocked.
That door. I think that door is locked.
If it is, and I'll probably yell for Farron. He should be pretty close to me anyways because he just snatched that bag of holding from me.
Okay, so I apologize for going above the table real quick, but can we huddle up in one room so that Farron can tell us all this shit that like he just found out?
Hey, you're supposed to be here.
I came up and grabbed it, and I came back and grabbed
Oh,
it.
you came back? Oh.
Yeah, I don't mind. We can do that.
All right.
So now Matthias and Torm are gone, and it's just me and Gickrot chilling outside.
Yeah, I should have. I meant to
Yes.
send them to a different. Yeah.
I'm making lewd jokes to you in Dwarvish, Gickrot.
Makes sense. I feel like that's all we do.
I mean, but you're a cleric. I mean,
He's a
it's such
paladin.
an odd. You're a paladin. Oh, I'm sorry. Even worse. I mean, it's just like, do you get my lewd jokes? It's kind of oxymoronic. Like Kaylin loves dwarves. Dwarves are the greatest, most loyalist, most bestest drinking, funniest buddies in the world. But you're a paladin.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
I guess so.
I'll come back.
You guys don't sit on the
Gitgrot probably
steps.
tells you the tale of how he was just a humble smith, and he
Made my sword. We are bonded.
His deity came. Yeah, that's right. So he was just a humble smith for many years, and one day he had a vision. He was called by his deity.
Yep. Yeah.
Called by, and this is all in Dwarvish. Called by your deity. Yeah, I've been called by many things, but it's never been by my deity.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a problem.
Kyra
Maybe
comes
for you
out
it is,
and
but not for me.
listening to this conversation.
I, my friend, am the master of my own ship. I pursue my own destiny. I do as I like, and I fight for the people. And I think you can at least admire that.
I do.
All right, so
And he grabs him by the head and like gives him a little headlock, which he punches Kaylin in the stomach for.
I think
Most likely.
So, Farron, after you kind of collect that stuff, are you just gonna stay in that room?
Once I collected it, I was gonna like come out and like tiptoe past these dead dudes.
Okay, and so you kind of all gather back outside for a moment.
Hey,
Yeah,
where'd you go?
and
Yeah, it
Farron,
would be pretty obvious that they went outside.
Alright.
You would
and
have
when he
heard
gets out
them and
there,
seen
I'm just
them.
saying, hey, that door is locked. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, there's like a couple locked doors. But so, what'd you find?
Books. Lots of books.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
They were
Anything of import in the books, Farron.
There were 3 books actually that were really quite interesting. There was one about there was one that was called elemental planes and things like that. There was another one on deities and then elemental powers, and there was another one about Marlowe's testament and how there's this cool sounding thing that he found. And, yeah.
Kaylin's ears perk up at cool sounding thing and says, well, elaborate on this cool sounding thing, my friend.
So
Does it relate to all these, to what the dwarf was telling us earlier about the missing eaten delegates and all that?
Well, yes, the dwarven fellow was telling us about how his friends went down and weren't heard of again. Well, apparently there's like I guess you could say there's something under where we were, where the slaves were. I mean, why did they have slaves? They're probably digging. They might be digging for something or excavating something, looking for something, and there's a way down below there.
So, I'm I am just a simple boy. Okay, I can only speak for myself, but we just freed these slaves from this pit of infernal doom. I think we should take it to them. I think we should spend some time searching through this place and seeing what diggings down beneath and what this, possible item could be.
I agree, but I would really like a sleep first.
But we don't have time for sleep. They've already heard us knocking about. They're going to be honest at any moment.
I mean, sleep sounds really, really good.
Yeah.
Fun.
It is
Sleep when we're dead,
Sorry.
Paladin. All right.
Sorry
Suck it
about
up.
that fireball, Gidgrot. That was
Well,
couldn't be helped.
maybe
Sorry.
we could kind of barricade ourselves in somewhere. But, I mean, I wouldn't feel better about doing that until we clear out everything. I'm just sorry. Like,
I mean, Matthias was leaving those things about everywhere. So if we go and have a sleep, maybe they'll be like, "Hey, it was those guys," and they'll nick off. And
Matthias is gone. I know you want to sleep, and I know you want to recover, but we don't have time for that. We need to get ourselves in
I
there,
agree with Kaylin.
and we need to move, and we need to move now. I can heal you as much as I possibly can, Gickrot.
I'm fine. Gidgrot.
Not
yeah.
you, Farron. I know you're fine. I mean, you're gorgeous. I'm going to give you a kiss on the cheek right now. Mwah. Gickrot, I have you. I can heal you as best I can right now, but I think we need to get in there, and we need to search this place, and we need to find whatever it is, Farron, that you read in that book. Because
So,
there's something happening.
Kaylin, do you
Yes.
go both ways?
Did yeah. I don't. wanna
No,
know.
I only go one way, and that is whichever way you are headed.
I'm headed through that door.
Did Gickrot use, because you could use hit dice if you wanted to heal. And I also
That's
wanted
true.
to say this. I talked about it last time, and I don't want to deny it from you guys either. So we talked about doing a level up. So you just took a short rest. I'm willing to let you guys do. I asked you to be ready for it. So if you guys are ready for it, I'm willing to
I'm
let
ready.
you guys do that right now.
Of course. Of
So if we
course.
level, Greg, does that mean we get all of our shit back, in its entirety,
No.
like in a video game? Because in the video games, it's like you level up, everything's filled
No,
again.
no,
You
no.
level up, you're
You'll
not fully
still
healed
be-
yet of everything.
No, you'll still be like your current, whatever your current spell slots and so forth like that. But like if you
Yeah.
went up by, let's say, 1 third level spell slot, then you would that would go up by 1. Not your current would go up by 1 and your total would go up by 1. So if you're at 2 out of 3, you would go up to 3 out of 4, if that makes sense.
It does.
So I'm willing to let you guys do that now. I think sometimes we'll want to have it be more like story based, but so you guys have been fighting, you've been in the thick of it, you've been traveling and searching and exploring and all this stuff, and so I'm just saying like it's happening right now.
Dealing with Matthias, who was not Matthias. Dealing with who was the barbarian again? Was that Matthias?
Yes, Matthias and Torm.
Dealing with Matthias, who was like the most unlikely barbarian I've ever met in my life. Who was more like a fucking obtuse, aloof wizard.
Because he didn't want. I'm sorry.
Uh,
It was
I
his
don't know.
personality. He was the good guy. He was like very reserved.
I don't
He
know
was
how
a pain
much
in the
use
ass.
I'm gonna be. Just letting you know. I'm tapped out,
Oh,
kinda.
I'm not.
I mean,
That's a lesson.
Gotta learn how to manage better. You want to take some lessons? No, that was rude. I'm sorry.
we haven't slept since
I'm
we
sorry. I'm cranky.
tried to
I know, but okay. So
investigate around this area.
above the table, real quick. I get that, Reed. But like, here's the thing, dude. I mean, if we were really adventurers in this capacity, there's no fucking way we'd be able to rest. We'd be
Oh.
dog
Oh, yeah.
tired.
Oh,
We would
yeah.
have to. We would have to push forward. So stop
That's
metagaming and we push ourselves.
I'm not
We push
metagaming.
ourselves.
Aaron, he's like, hey, I'd rather be
Baron
like
is probably
able
like
to
that,
do
so-
things and get to places where I can, whereas to like learn more stuff than being like I'm at the back just going.
Take out your crossbow. We got this.
That's what cantrips are for.
Yep.
Exactly.
We
Good
got
point,
it. We're
Greg.
fine.
Good point.
We're
Greg.
fine.
And if we die, we die together.
That's no.
I can't read minds. I can't go invisible. I can't misty step through doors I can't open.
Well,
I can't
thank God
see
for my
everybody.
DOS loop.
It
'Cause I can
sucks.
I can at least I can get at least some of us in
I
and
know.
make us fly.
I can protect you. Want me to protect you?
So we're going up a level?
Do you want me to give you greater invisibility?
No. Fine.
Yeah. Did you guys
Pretty
already
kitty.
pick spells and all that stuff like I had asked?
I'm ready to go. I'm raising.
yes.
Oh shit! No, that's next
I
level.
didn't-
I
I didn't
totally
get
forgot.
one.
We're going to the 6th level or 7th level.
No, I'm only 6th level.
Yeah, me
Well,
too. I was wrong. I thought we were all
For
7.
you.
You should be. Did
You
you
should be.
multi-class?
Yeah, you should be. Just Baron multi-class.
I'm
No.
multi-class, so I'm
Yeah.
6th level sorcerer, 1th level rogue. So I'm
Yeah, but
seven.
you're saying you're going to 6th level.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
he has one
rogue.
level.
Right. I got
rogue,
because he
so-
multi-class. Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like I thought before we were going.
It's
to
because
8.
I had said that by accident.
Oh, okay.
But you're all going from 6th to 7th.
Which means I'm just taking one more spell.
You should be getting.
You get a
fifth,
couple things,
4th
dude.
levels.
Yeah, you get
should be
4th
getting
level
a 4th
spells, dude.
level
That's
spell.
huge.
Yeah, I know. I'm
7th
just
level's-
getting one 4th level spell. That's
Yeah,
the
but
only,
that's freaking
Yeah, that's
awesome,
yeah, that's
dude.
not for a bard. If you look at a bard spell, I mean, the best thing going is a
Dude.
dimension door.
No
I get
way!
a
Polymorph!
Oh,
Dimension
no.
Door's nice.
No,
I
dimension
get
door is
another
pretty cool.
third.
so much more.
I mean, Dimension
I
Door
get
is
a
great, but
third
you also
spell.
could have, dude. Polymorph is a like.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, so, okay,
Yeah.
Greggy, this is why I love you, because that was my other go-to. I mean, what do you guys think? Real quick, between Dimension Door and Polymorph, it was those two. So
I'm gonna get them next level anyway, regardless. So
I mean, they're
Just
both
you pick.
good.
They
well,
are.
I'm
both
asking
good.
y'all's opinion. What do you
It's a
think is
top
better?
up.
can you get Dominate Beast?
Yeah, can you get
You also-
Dominate Beast?
Greater invisibility. I mean, you know.
Oh, I get that with my.
Greater Invisibility is so good.
I have that.
You can go invisible and then just attack and advantage every attack.
Yep.
Because you don't lose it when you attack. It's nice.
But I hear what you're saying too, Colin. Is like, what would
Yeah.
Kaylin get? What would
Third and fourth
Kaylin want to
level are the
learn?
best. So many good 3rd and 4th level ones.
I'm taking Dimension Door. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with my first. I'm
That
sticking with
makes a
my
lot of
first guess.
sense because
That's a
that
good
gives
one.
you a lot more mobility on the battlefield.
Exactly.
That
I mean, dude, like
sounds
last time when
what
the
Kaylin
fucking
would do.
monk was running away, if I had Dimension Door, I could just pop through it and be like, "Oh, here I am, right in
Hello.
front of you, right
Yeah,
my
exactly.
breastplate." Bang.
That would have been
Dimension
awesome.
Door. I'm gonna be replacing Misty Step with Dimension Door when I get it next level.
Nice.
If I can pick something else. Because Misty Step's more combat. Dimension Door can be combat and out of combat because it goes 500 feet.
Yep.
You're there.
Oh, and the other thing is too with Dimension Door, I forgot about this because that's what I was thinking about prior to the session was because I was hoping that we would be exploring this thing, and I was like, Dimension Door is great because even though it could possibly kill me, I could be like, put me 200 feet below here,
Yeah, exactly.
and go down. Hopefully, it's not in dirt, but that's why we have the
and you
dwarf.
could take somebody with you to help you out.
I've always had a really good
Right.
idea for a Dimension Door is what you do is you be an archer or some kind of like dude that has like, really good archery. You just Dimension Door 500 feet up and then cast Featherfall on yourself. And then you just like float down shooting people with arrows.
Oh, that's awesome.
That'd be awesome.
That is awesome. All right, so Greggy, how do you want us to do hit points, man? Do you want us to just roll it in the thing here?
It's up
Or are
to
you
you.
giving
You
us,
can
like-
either it's your choice. You can take
whoa.
you can
Oh,
take
I-
half
I
plus
Take
1.
5?
You can take 5 plus take 5 or if you want to roll, you can roll. And I
Greg,
like to say
what do you
roll
think I'm
with
going to do?
advantage.
What do you think I'm going to do? What do you think I'm going to do?
I would roll it.
What am I going to do, Greg? You know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do?
Roll the hit die.
You know I'm rolling.
I just
You know
rolled-
I'm fucking
I just
rolling.
That's what I've been doing.
I rolled 1. I rolled a
And I rolled a
7.
fucking 2.
Pretty good.
Roll again, you get
With
2.
it, you get 2. You get to roll advantage.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, with advantage?
So
yeah.
2 rolls.
Yeah.
2 rolls.
So
Best
hold
of,
on. How
best
do
of
I
2.
roll with advantage in here, though?
Just roll it again. Oh no!
Oh,
Gigrod only got
That
3.
was awful. I only got 3 out of 10. That sucks.
Ah,
The fucking die rollers are
Hey, man.
terrible.
This is what happens, baby. When you play the game, you got to willing to take the consequences. 2 hit points. That's all I got.
Plus your
So you get
constitution.
to add your constitution.
Oh,
Yeah.
plus my con, which I think is only 1 anyway, so 3. That's fine.
2d6s.
I rolled a 7, so I got plus 9.
5 and a 4. I'm happy with that.
Kalen goes big. Actually, no, my constitution's 14, so I get 4 hit points. That brings me to
Those are
55.
some good
I
Right
got
on.
my 8.
I have 66 HP. Could have been so much more.
It could have been a lot more.
Kalen is opening his little flask that he has as his hip. Which
Yeah,
means
Gigrod
Colin
would
is
have
going
gotten
to get
6.
some rum on ice. I'll be right back.
All right.
My hit points are now a 55.
I am gonna
My
not
max.
take your.
But I have 60 at the moment because Gitgrot, thank you for that. Plus 5.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I think that's really the only thing I get for leveling at level 7. It's ridiculous. I get 1 extra spell slot for level 2, and then
Yeah.
I think that's really it.
I get 1
You
more
are.
on level
You can have this peanut butter cup in here.
So, so Gregory, do we get do I get 1 more third level spell slots? Because I had only 2. Now I've gone up to 3. Do I get that one?
That's what. Yes. So you'll be at
Okay.
1 out of 3.
Okay. Because yeah, just think about. I didn't think.
So you have 1 spell slot.
I saw Emily when I left the instead of.
She was walking in her
spell
home,
slots.
and I was just like,
Colin forgot to mute himself.
When I get 2 spell slots, I'll take it.
and well, I remember that striped shirt and that like flaxen hair, and I just was like, thanks. And I was like, sister, is that you? Are you walking her way?
Colin forgot to put it on mute.
Letting you know, Gregory, at level 6 sorcerer, because I'm a favored soul, I get my second attack. I can now attack,
All right.
which is nice.
Favored soul is from which one? Is that Sword Coast?
It's the first one that they came out with. From like one of the first Unearthed Arcanas.
All right,
Oh, it's from
I'm back.
okay.
Sorry.
Next time, mute yourself, dude.
Yeah, we want peanut butter cups now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you guys hear all that?
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit. By a little bit, I mean
Thought I
every-
muted it.
I mean everything. Should have taken some of the arrows. Good to you.
So what level are we? Are we level
Oh, so I'm sort. I'm.
21?
Hmm?
How do I change? I'm sorry. How do I change? I can't change my class on my sheet. Do I hit edit?
So yeah, you hit the pencil button. All right, I added your note.
Oh, okay, cool.
I added the handout so you can read what the bullet points are.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that.
Marlos, that's Marlos. That shows you the spelling of the name and then the information.
Thank you.
I'm
we?
gonna move it down to the handouts tab. So hold on a sec. Let me.
Are we 2301 or
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
001?
Yeah, just put yourself at 1 above whatever the minimum is.
What is it? It's level.
Ooh,
7,
I figured it
23.
out.
Yeah.
Greg, you'd be so proud of me.
I am.
There you go. That's what
All
we're
right, 1 of 1. I think. God, I'm so bad at this. Hold on.
So you're gonna.
I get the aura of devotion, so no one within 10 feet of me can be charmed. Yay!
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good stuff.
Gregory,
Yes, ma'am.
after this, the next level, I'm going to take 1 level of wizard.
Yeah, that's fine. We talked about that.
Right now, I'm sticking to druids for a moment.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm sorry for being the noob on this. How do I add in? So I figured out. I click on 4. How do I add in Dimension Door on my spell list?
You can search for it in the compendium.
I saw that.
Just drag it over.
Yeah, drag it. That's right.
Yeah.
Drag it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry,
Which
guys.
which oath did you take for Gitgrot? I forget. Devotion?
I can't quite remember. Yeah, I think so.
Because you have protection from evil and good and sanctuary, right?
Yeah, and less restoration and zone of truth.
Okay.
I only have 1 spell slot, but I have Grafting Vine, Polymorph, and Blight. I need to choose between those 2, because I only have 1 spell slot right now.
Oh, so you might pick Polymorph?
Well, I have everything. I just have to choose, like, what I'm going to just hold on to use.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I like this one, and this
Druids
one,
are
but I only
cool.
have 1 spell slot. So I don't
Exactly.
need to do that. So I'm like going, I think I'll take a Blight.
I will be getting I'll be getting Dimension Door and Polymorph as well.
Because I already have greater invisibility and stone shape already because of being a land druid, so I don't have to hold slots for that. But
is there an undo button?
No, what do you need to undo?
Yes.
No. It fixed it. Okay, perfect. Sorry, guys. I'm so, as Greg can tell you, I'm so bad at doing this thing.
In a sense, there is. All right, so I will undo Polymorph.
So how do I? It still says I'm bard 6th level. How do I change that to 7?
Right next to where, if you click the edit button, right next to it, it'll say 6. You just click on that 6, and a drop down bar will come. You just click 7.
So so for Gitgrot, you should have what's your charisma mod? 4 plus 4.
Charisma?
Yeah.
3.
Plus 3. Okay. So you have so 3 plus 3. So you should have 6 spells prepared.
Yes.
Next level.
Well, now I have one more.
Uh, six spells prepared that you can.
Yeah.
So you can only have 6 like ready at any given time. You have access to all of them, so you can change it, when you take a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only have 6 of them like in your repertoire at any given time.
Gotcha.
Okay. So just double check that. So you have 6 that you can prepare. You can put all you have access to all of the paladin spells plus the extra ones from your oath, but you can only have 6 ready at any given time. The oath ones don't count towards your prepared spells. Those are in addition.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say, because those are the.
Sorry, so you have 6 plus 4, so you should have a total of 10 if you include the protection, the sanctuary, lesser restoration, and zone of truth.
I have 10.
Spectacular. And you can change those if you want when you do a long rest. All right. Anybody got any questions?
Of course, I do, Greggy.
Yeah. So you're on your character sheet.
On
Oh
the pencil
no.
sheet.
No. Okay. So close down the edit.
Okay.
And you should see there's 3 tabs.
Yep.
says-
Bio, character sheet,
So
attributes, and
click on
abilities.
So go to the character sheet.
Yep.
In the middle of the sheet, like right below your race, should be a pencil.
I see it.
So click on the pencil.
Got it.
Then that's
Thank
how you
you,
edit
Greggy.
everything.
So
I thought that's where you were before when you were changing.
I'm sorry, I wasn't. I apologize for not being clear.
You're good.
All right. So then that. I think I might have. How many? I'm sorry, I'm so bad at this, Greg. I know you're so patient, dude. I appreciate it. I just want to make sure I didn't lose a 1st level spell. How many do I have? 1st level spells. I did lose one. I don't know which one I fucking had. I have to figure it out.
How did you only would have lost it if you deleted it.
Well, I dragged over Dimension Door, and when I dragged it over, I just thought I could drop it in that box, and it was on top of a 1st level spell. And it initially went by Dissonant Whispers, and then it moved down to the 4th level, but I know there was one more spell in there.
Is Favored Soul a function of being a... Is that like that's your background, right?
It's my origin.
It's
It's my sorcerer origin.
Sorcerer origin.
Fairy
Okay,
Fire,
got
that's
it, got it.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what I
like
missed it.
mild mage and draconic sorcerer.
Got it.
He was chosen.
That's not.
Yeah. Everything I have is in my character sheet. I've got all the put in all the stuff. So you can...
Thunder Wave. How could I forget Thunder Wave?
Nice.
Oh, thank God it's up there. Oh, for fuck's sake. They don't make this plug and play for idiots like me. Oh, and of course, I deleted the one fucking thing that...
I think I'll take good berry. Just in case we walk around
It's
and we're like, we're hungry. Mm-hmm.
I spell that right?
All right, so I am 7 plus 4
Yes. All right, I'm done. I got it.
spells. Let me just make sure I have 11 here.
Okay.
That should be 2 out of 4, though. Oh, no, that is 4 out of 4. So I just used 2nd and 3rd level.
You used 1 second level and 1 third.
I used 2. I used 2.
Oh, that's right.
'Cause
2
remember,
yeah, because the blade. Yeah. Thank you.
No, thank you. All right, I'm done. I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right, everybody good?
Let's go! Yeah.
I'm sorry, Greg. What are our experience points again? I'm sorry.
What's it? 23,001.
It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Yeah,
23,001.
Okay, thank you, Michelle, aka Kyra. 23,001.
Reed put it in chat.
Yeah.
So I say Ferris.
And did you bump your bard level so to up to 7? Because
It's at 7.
Okay, so it should automatically put anything in that might have come along. Like 7th. Oh no, there is nothing at 7th. That's right. It's just the 4th level spell slot. And you know 10 spells, so that's kind of nice. All right. So you've taken a long rest, or a short rest. Catching your breath, relaxing a minute, and
I still have those +5, right? From that aid. That you
feeling
gave me?
imbued with power. At this point, the heroism was that an 8 hour? Was that 8 hour or?
Yeah, I think it's 8 hours. I just want to make sure.
No, the heroism potion.
Oh, the potion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was that one? Was that?
That's what I do.
Let's see. 7, 8.
All right. Shield of.
I will have a pickled
Faith
liver
is,
when I die, my love.
All right. So
It lasts an hour.
Okay, so that's gone. The shield of faith was gone.
Sorry about that. The wife's grilling me about drinking too much.
It's all
Our
right.
aid from Get Out lasts.
Mute yourself.
You tell her that she married you and you were like that. Yeah.
She knows.
Tyler, I still see
Yeah.
you're at like half health. Did you want to use a hit die or two to boost
Yeah, I
that
can
up
do
a
that.
bit?
Yeah, like
And Kalen, Colin.
Yes, sir.
Kalen can use
21.
his Song of Rest to help boost Gitgrot's
34,
hit point recovery.
Can I do that?
Song of Rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone that uses a hit die, that used the hit die to heal. So far, it's
Oh
only-
yeah, you're right. I
I
can do
think it's only
I don't
Gitgrot. Did anyone else
Larry.
use any?
Yeah, I mean, I did. I just used 1, but now
Okay.
I'm at full health.
So
So, question. So, do you want us to be at the full
So,
health before we upped it?
Colin,
Like-
why are you at full health?
I didn't mean to.
Nobody's
I'm sorry.
at
I probably
full
fucked
health.
it up.
You're at whatever
No, I
health
probably
you're
didn't,
fucked it
at.
I didn't get that much damage. I didn't get that much damage.
Oh.
I didn't get hit at all.
I didn't even get, like, I got barely hit once.
Sure,
But
okay.
my
I got
question
nailed
is-
with-
I'm not at full health. I'm at 43 hit points out of 55.
Well, I was at 52 out of 55. But my question is, do you want us to just go up to the before, or are we going up to the new
Yeah.
one
I
that's
knew
59? I mean, I have 59 total
No,
now.
so whatever you
After
rolled or whatever you're taking, whatever your hit point increase was, it should be your current as well as your maximum.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
cool.
what I wanted to
Alright,
know.
so I'm at
Okay,
60.
so yeah.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and I just rolled a hit dice just so that I could actually
All right. Cool.
go up. So
Because I wasn't hurt at all. I was at 52 out of 52, but then I rolled an 8, so now I'm
Great.
at 60.
yeah, so now I'm at 64 because I still have that extra 5.
That's why I'm at 60, because I'm technically at 55, but
And,
you get corrupt.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm at.
Oh, from
60.
aid? But that was
Yeah.
8 hours, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
last 8 hours.
Which that was awesome. He's like, "You idiots! Let me give you aid." It's like, sorry. You
That's
left
why
me.
it's there.
That's what it's for. It was a perfect use of it. And just to recall, I gave Gitrot and Kyra both inspiration last time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I hope you
It
guys
is
have
like
that on
my
your
thing right there.
sheets. All right, just keep it in mind if you want to use it. So
hold on, Greg. So if I use the Song of Rest, does that mean I use one of
roll
my
the
bardic
die.
inspirations?
no,
No.
Song of Rest is just
Oh, okay.
Song of
It's
Rest.
part of your
You just play while we're having
You
a
can
short
click
rest.
on it. You
Yeah.
just you like play some nice music
Ugh.
for everyone.
Oh,
And
really?
Well, should be nice. That'll help you
Everybody
level a
gets
bit more.
one more.
Everyone gets one more
Hey.
hit point.
one is
One more than you had before.
Whoever
all right?
spent hit dice gets one more.
61.
Yay.
Hey, that's gonna like come into play at some point.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you would almost be dead.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for this 1 point.
You would be dead if it weren't for my Song
But
of
this
Rest.
song,
Aaron.
this song that comes through your head just as you go to die, and you're like, hang on a minute, I can't die now.
But you have to have
Even
spent.
songs are too good.
Listen, you guys. It only works if you spent hit dice. So Gitrot is the only one that gets that point.
No, I rolled it down.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, Michelle. Okay. So Kyra and Gitrot both get the benefit. Did
Yeah.
Kalen want to use any hit dice to heal himself? It's probably a good idea.
You mean for you mean using a spell or using the
During
Song
a
of Rest?
long rest, you can expend hit dice to regain hit points. Okay, so you have 7 hit dice, and you can spend each of those to add hit points. So it's your hit die
I'm
plus
sorry,
your constitution.
What do I can expend hit dice? I'm sorry, educate me on what does that mean? Hit dice. What do you mean?
So you have a pool of 7 hit dice because you're level 7. Your hit die is
Okay.
a D8, so you can roll up to 7 D8. And at the end of each day, you gain half of them back. So if you spend 4 hit dice, or half your level, so if you spend 4 hit dice in a day to heal, at the end of the day, you would gain them all back.
And why do I have this?
Everyone does.
Because of the Song
Everyone
of
does.
No, everyone does.
Oh.
It's a function of 5th edition. So you.
Oh,
so
I didn't.
you
I didn't even know that.
So you. So
All right,
everyone-
I'll roll. All right, I'll roll one. I'll use one. Use one.
During
so
a
is that 1d8?
Yes, D8
Yeah,
plus
you
your
can just-
Constitution modifier, plus the
Yeah.
one
D8
from your
plus
Song
2.
of Rest. Oh no, the Song of Rest only. The Song of Rest only benefits your
Sorry,
party.
Ooh, no, that's perfect.
That's
If
perfect.
it-
So now you have 11.
No,
Now,
you
now,
or
yeah,
any-
exactly.
you get the Song of Rest too, so you get the plus.
So,
one. So you
I'm
get a
literally,
total of 11.
I'm full health. That literally brings me to full health. See,
That's the
Farron,
idea.
that one hit point was
But
perfect.
see,
for me.
now the better thing to do because it'll
Sorry.
track. The better thing to do in the future because it will track it is use your character sheet.
Oh, I see. Right there, it says hit dice 6 out of 7. Perfect.
And you click the
There you
D6 where it says D6 or D8 for you. It'll
Roger.
roll automatically.
Yeah. And 6 out of 7 is
Sorry.
correct because it should have gone up to 7 out of 7, but you're fine. So 6 out of 7 is correct.
So I get all right. So I'm sorry, guys. This is just educating me here. So this replenishes then after a long rest.
Yeah, you
Half
regain
your
half
level. You
Got it,
gain half
okay.
of your level worth. So if you used all 7 of your hit dice, you would go back
get 3.
up to 3. And then the following day you get another half, so that goes back up to 6 if you didn't use any, essentially.
So if I didn't use any and I did another long rest now, would I gain the 1 back to be full?
Exactly.
It does it
I
automatically.
mean, that's a little bit OP.
Well, the idea was to make the game a little more survivable. They didn't,
And then
you
that's
know.
why. And then Gregory could throw some crap at us, and we're like,
I
"Oh,
mean,
we're
Jesus,
gone."
Farron. Reed above the table. Reed's like, we need to like go and like retreat into the woods for a minute. I'm like,
I only get all my
mean,
spells
He's
back.
talking about.
here I am
Because
thinking
he's a
like we got to push
sorcerer
on like
and
heroes, and we
I'm
have
not a
these
fighter.
fucking hit dice.
I'm not a fighter. I get all my stuff
You're
like
a lover,
long rests,
Farron.
not short
You're not a
rests.
fighter, but you're a lover.
I've got all my sorcery points, my lucky points, all my spell slots, my circlet. I get all that back.
You
on
gotta be more
Only a
conservative.
long rest.
The lesson
Yeah.
is to be more
I
conservative.
had to like burn a 3rd level to put 2 people invisible. Then we were
Oh yeah, that's
sneaking
right.
around
That's
and doing
right.
all that
You did
stuff.
a lot of sneaking
I only had
before
2
this.
at that point, and then I used a fireball, and I was out. And
I know.
Yeah, that's
I know.
So, Greg, so
I
basically,
forgot about that.
these hit dice are like in 4th edition, they had those surge tokens or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. All right, now I'm tracking. Okay, I got you.
All right.
I thank you guys. I appreciate you educating me.
Tyler, you still with us?
Yep.
All right, man. All right, so you guys, so Kalen finishes his song. You all feel rejuvenated. You feel bolstered by your kind of newly realized abilities and potency, and you're like, all right, let's get back into it. So the last thing that kind of was said by the party was that Kyra had mentioned that she checked one of the doors that you guys hadn't checked yet, and it was locked.
And I remember because I went in and checked that one door earlier when I was looking around. And that was locked.
This
So,
one you did not.
that was
This
locked.
room was locked, but you
Yeah,
didn't go into it.
Yeah, I didn't go into.
You just
So,
know
yeah.
what's in there.
I know this is the one right here because we walked in this way. This is the one that I checked, and you're like, "Oh, that's locked." I was like, "All right."
Yeah, I was
won't
going to
go in
open
there."
that, and you're like, "Hey."
So
Hit my head.
yeah, so I say, "Hey, Farron, those two, they need to be unlocked,
All right, okay.
and we need to go kill some people if they're in there. Just kill them all."
Well, I'm just going to stand in the back.
Kill everything.
So. I'll go
Oh, do
unlock
you
it.
need me to protect you? I'll
No, I'm
protect
fine.
you.
All right. So what would you like to do as
I
you
will go and unlock
re-enter?
this door.
Attempt the one in front of you.
Get Gart should probably
I'll
go
pull
first.
out my
I
little
imagine.
my thieves tools and pull out my door picking tools and crouch down.
What's the skill that you use for lock picking?
Dexterity.
It's just straight up a dex roll.
Dexterity
Plus,
plus
well,
my
it depends
proficiency.
on if you're. Yeah, exactly.
If you have thieves tool, does that give you +1 or whatever?
If you're proficient. If you
yeah,
have
for my
them and you're
proficiency,
proficient,
Got it.
gives you.
Got
Yeah,
it.
I
Thank
think
you.
you can't even use the
You
these
can't-
tools
yeah.
if you're not proficient.
Yeah.
I got
You
it.
can't like
I
go
got
to
it.
buy some and be like, I'm gonna pick this
Yeah.
lock. Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
So you have.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I missed from 3.5 is like bards, got that half proficiency from lock picking or all the rogue skills,
Mm.
and they just we don't have it anymore. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I like fighting more than picking locks anyway. Ooh, nice.
To pick that lock.
Okay.
I don't open it though. I just unlock it and then I'll step back.
All right, Kaylin's gonna just fucking open it.
Yeah, I'll swap with you.
Let's swap.
Yeah.
Hold on. After you.
Just give me a sec. I am checking the numbers. So.
Okay.
It is.
Ooh, I can take conjure minor elementals. Ooh.
Cool.
Ooh, I can take hallucinatory terrain. Ooh. I need some more spell slots.
Don't we all?
Ooh, watery sphere.
The lock does not open. It is.
I look at Gigrod. Can you kick that thing down?
This is a tough lock.
Can you kick it down?
I'd love to.
Give it a bash.
So I scoot back. Let him through.
Right.
Swap out. Get in there, Geek Rot.
I cannot do it.
Let's
Oh, it's a saving throw.
All right,
that's
let
okay,
Caitlin
though.
try.
That was that would have been.
Ooh.
I
Let
was
the
like,
bard
saving
try.
throw.
My stupid character sheet would ever
The
load.
first one was a saving
I
throw.
might be able to like shape up. Wait a minute. I might be able to open it.
Bang!
I don't want to waste it. But I could probably get into it. We have to.
No, you only get one try, Geek Rot. The bard broke it down, right, Greg?
Let me see. I'm trying to figure that out.
Sorry. I just want to laugh in Geek Rot's face.
I could make a small passage if we have to, but I would hate to waste my spell.
I mean, I could dimension doors through.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Same here. Like I could do
Gigrot. Well, then I'll say you guys work together and you manage to crash the door open. here's what you see.
I'll have my bow out ready.
This older part of the monastery has been fitted out as a laboratory. Oh, I suppose I should.
Oh,
I should.
I'd like to search around.
I should.
What
I should.
kind of stuff is in here?
Pretty good lock on it.
Right? That's a
Are there like fetuses and bottles and shit?
right. They didn't want anybody coming
Yeah.
in here.
Just
Oh
give
no,
me
no,
a
no! That's
moment.
right. That
probably
would have
should've
been
tried that.
Greg. That would have been not Greg. That would have been
Just give me
Chris's
a moment.
game.
Chris's game?
Yes, right. So it's a laboratory with work tables covered in alchemical apparatuses and shelves full of strange, curious, and dusty clay jars. The windows have been bricked up, and cobwebs hang thick in the ceiling corners. An ancient figure peruses a heavy tome that lies open on a small desk, making notes on sheets of parchment covered in arcane writing. He looks up and he says to you, well, that was a little rude.
Sorry, I tried to pick it.
Can Kaylin use a little persuasion to smooth talk our way out of here?
Or in there.
First, give me a history check.
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
Anyone
ooh,
proficient?
I'm proficient in history.
Kaylin is. Kaylин's proficient in it. Hold on.
Me too.
We're noblese. We're fellow noblese. Can I history check it?
Shoot, me too as well.
I am proficient in history.
Mr. Gregory, anyone who's proficient can do it, maybe?
Yeah, everyone. Anyone.
Oh, it's a great night.
Oh, yeah. I don't know anything about this particular thing. I hope you did better.
History's what happens after this, right?
That's right. Oh, we
Sadly, I
all
rolled a
suck.
7.
We all suck.
That's right. I can see the history.
I rolled a 7 as well.
So.
Terrible. I'm gonna choose a different die. What would have come if I choose this one? Even worse. I rolled a 19 on that one.
So something strikes Kyra didn't see it.
No.
Yeah, something strikes your memory, Kyra. You recall the name on the sarcophagus in the crypt.
Sarcophagi.
It said, "Here lies Samular Caradun, defender of the
Yes.
North."
Is that
And
who that is?
you recall that somewhere, you recall a story about Renwick, his brother, Renwick Caradun.
Oh yeah, because I rolled that last time you gave me that information.
The two of them fought bravely in the Second Troll War. You recall that Renwick, his hunger for arcane knowledge eventually led him to prepare for lichdom. But he became... I don't know if you knew that. So that was not known to you. You know he was a hero of some renown and brother to Samular. You believe his name to be Renwick Caradun. He said, so when he walked in, he said, "Oh, well." He didn't seem offended. It was more of just a statement of fact, like, "Oh, that was somewhat rude."
A whisper.
It was more like, "Well, that was somewhat rude."
So Kyra's the only one that recognizes who and what this ass bag might be?
Only
Well, I told Farron and Kaylin.
you've probably
what I
no
saw.
Kaylin and Farron. You maybe gleaned something from some stories you heard around town or something like this, at a
But I
table
also
or
told them about
right, and then yeah, the name again. You all had that name of Samular, the Knights of Samular. So there's a little bit racking around in your brains, and you think this might be Renwick.
I whisper into
He's
Kaylin's ear, like,
and he says, I have already told you no. I am not interested in helping your silly cult. Please leave me to my studies.
Caitlin responds and says, "Sir, we are not cultists, and if we were, we clearly would not have knocked down your door, as we clearly have done so. But we would very much like to understand why you don't want to help the cultists, and if you don't, perhaps you can aid us in some way by giving us some information on this facility here." Can I use persuasion to say that? Or?
Well, I was just going to ask you to roll persuasion.
Ooh, Greggy, you're reading my mind.
I try not to ask for the rolls, but I will try to ask you guys when I think it's appropriate. Other times I'm just going to say, yeah, you do it. So you are he sizes. Did anyone enter the room?
I did.
You guys
Kaylin's in the room.
I'm assuming Gitgrot because Gitgrot and Kaylin both hit the door together.
door.
So you probably
Get your ass in
put
here,
your
Gitgrot.
shoulders into it and bust
Okay.
it. So he kind of sizes the two of you up. He says, yes, you are clearly not cultists. My mistake. I'm sorry. Please tell me what you said to him again. I got.
No, I just said I explained why we're not, because he said, I told you no, and I don't want to be your cult or whatever, and I said, clearly we're not cultists. We just broke down your door. If we were cultists, we wouldn't have broken down your door. If you don't want to help them, help us. We are trying by at least telling us a little bit more information about this facility and giving us some insight, or if you have anything that can aid us or join us if you're so inclined to fight against the cultists, but just basically help us.
He chuckles. He says, my days of heroics are long gone, but I do believe that I can see the good in you. And he points at Gitgrot. He says, yes, I believe that I can help you. These cultists are tiresome and troublesome. They leave me to my studies, and so I allow them to stay here.
Him? So Kaylin basically jumps in real quick. It's like, him? But this guy over here, what about me?
Yes.
Don't you recognize the good in me? My chop
And
litter?
that's when I try to sneak in.
He says he kind of ignores Kaylin for a second. He says, "You are a paladin, are you not?"
Yes.
Oh, he ignores me. I got you. Sorry.
Yes, I serve Moradin. He is the deity that has spoken to me, and I have given my life to him.
He says,
Kaylin turns to Farron.
He
He
says,
spoke to him all right.
He says, "No,
His fucking head.
He says, your friend has inspired me, and I can see that you are young adventurers like I once was, and my brother as well. Step forward, young sir."
can I do an insight check on to see how old this guy looks?
I step forward.
He looks to be hundreds of years old.
Okay. Is he human?
Your best guess is that he's a lich, and he was human.
Holy fuck.
That is literally what I was gonna say.
Holy fuck. I thought a mummy. When you said the sarcophagus, I was not thinking a lich. Thank God we did not attack this fucker.
I'm trying to just like tell everybody, everyone, be very, very careful.
So, Gikrot, do you step forward?
Yes.
Okay. So you take a few paces towards him. He kind of reaches inside of his robes and pulls out.
Disintegration.
Nope. He pulls out an amulet on a chain and he hands it.
Oh boy.
He hands it to you.
Don't put it
Hold
on.
on.
Amulet
Hold
of
on.
disintegration.
Hold on. Hold
Don't
on.
take it.
Hold on.
I take it.
No, wait. Before you take that, hold on. Do I have? I think. Hold on. I gotta get my. dungeon
I
masters.
feel like there's something necessary, so I take it.
I don't have any detect evil.
Very good.
I have the I took the spell magic.
Farron, you one of the things you notice as soon as you walk in is there's quite an extensive library in here.
Yeah.
Lots of old books. You suspect that he spends a great deal of his time reading and writing, and again, his thirst for arcane knowledge is undying, quite obviously.
Yeah.
So can we ask him some questions, Greg, or is this the
by all
extent
means.
of
No,
okay.
no.
So
he says.
So can Kalen? I want to ask more questions. So he's giving Gikrot this amulet.
he
While
has
he's doing that, Kalen's like, thank you, sir. He's like Farron. He now knows this guy's a lich because Farron kind of whispering, "Be very careful." Like what's that stupid rat from Looney Tunes? Bugs Bunny.
I'm sorry. I
and,
just realized.
Yeah, we
Very
can.
quiet.
Yeah,
Very.
we're hunting rabbits.
How did I
So-
forgot to put that on the layer. How did you guys say to show you all what it looks like? Is it like alt
Z.
click or
Shift
something?
Shift
Z.
Z.
Shift Z.
Shift Z.
If I click on
Yeah,
the
it's
token
fine.
and Shift Z.
Click on token and then
Yeah.
Shift Z.
Oh Jesus!
Yep. See, yeah.
I mean,
no.
okay, so
Yeah,
we all definitely would have known that this guy was.
That's
like
just the
undead.
token I chose to use, but it's pretty clear.
Okay, I got you.
It's pretty
And I
clear
say,
that he's.
Very dead.
Can I ask him what his
So
name is?
Kalen, yeah,
Yes, so Kyra asks his name. He says, in life I was known as Renwick Caradun.
Okay, good gracious. He just walk. Did you just walk up out of downstairs in the sarcophagus? Are you brothers with the guy who's entombed down there?
He says, yes, my brother. I had intended to entomb him down below.
can you tell us more about what's down below and this amulet that you've given to our friend?
That, my friend, is an amulet of health. It will bolster you during combat and protect you in some small way.
Jesus, that's a great item.
He says,
Insight check that.
He says, if your intention is to clear these troublesome cultists from the monastery, I will do my best to ensure they do not reoccupy this monastery once it is clear.
I will definitely.
My dear friend Renwick, we fully intend to drive the cultists before us, hear the lamentations of the women,
He says,
and push them as far away as we can.
I believe he starts puttering around a little bit. He says, I believe I have some potions and spell scrolls that you might find useful around here somewhere.
That would be very kind.
They have been collecting dust for many years. And so he pokes around a little, and your roll of 28 has made him very
Amenable.
yes, very.
Yeah, very amenable.
Okay, all right. So the one last thing, Kalen's gonna push his luck. This could end disaster. Would you, with any?
He
thank
says-
you so much for your generosity,
So-
Sir
so
Renwick.
he's-
Would you be willing to help us? Come with us.
He says, I have no desire for those. What's the word I want to use? Those My days of combat are long gone. Simply wish to continue my studies and to be left in peace. He points to the door down here to the south. You just notice as he points to it, there is a door leading out of the room. He says, my chambers are in there. If you need rest, you're welcome to relax and take your sleep. I will make sure no harm comes to you. In here, he's already started collecting these bottles and scrolls. He kind of sets them on one of the tables. And he says, these items are yours if you need them. They will aid you in taking care of these troublesome fools.
Sir Renwick, your actions are as kind as your words. We are very grateful for all your help. We would very much desire some much needed rest before we explore deeper. Thank you for your kindness.
So he says, yes, just please stay out of my way and don't touch anything. He puts 2 bottles and 2 scrolls on the table.
And do we know, he said they were what? Did he tell us what they are, or do we need to identify them?
If you ask him, he will tell you.
Thank you, Sir Renwick. Can you explain to us what these potions and scrolls do by chance?
Yes. So he tells you that there is a potion of greater healing, a potion of hill giant strength.
Holy shit, that's huge.
A scroll of invisibility.
Yeah, that's all get grot.
Oh, nice.
And a scroll.
That's a Farron special.
A scroll of Snylock's Snowball Swarm, which is from this game. I'm gonna read it just because probably not everybody knows what that does, but it's kind of a cool one. Well, I know you know that, Reed, but the others I'm sure don't, and I have no idea, so I'm gonna check that.
Greg, I love you.
So Snylock's Snowball Swarm. A flurry of magic snowballs erupts from a point you choose within range. 90 feet is the range. Each creature in a 5-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d6 cold damage on a failed save or have as much damage on a successful one. This cannot be cast at higher levels because it is a scroll, and if you did, it would be, an extra d6. But that's pretty cool.
Very cool. It reminds me of a spell that Regis would know in fucking Icewind Dale and all the Drizzt books.
It's very much like Minute Meteors.
Yes, exactly.
Totally.
Yeah. So 2 scrolls, invisibility, and Snylock's, and it's SNILLOC''S. Snylock's Snowball Storm. Potion Hill.
I say give the potion to Grot and then the scrolls to Farron.
Yeah, that'll work.
Seems reasonable. And you got the Amulet of Health. You can add onto your character sheet as well. Get Grot.
How many hit points does that give him?
Amulet of Health
19.
is.
Gives me Constitution 19.
Yep, it boosts his Constitution.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's.
Holy fuck! That's a huge.
Yeah.
Strength. Oh, you're doing good.
Master Renwick, you have quite an extensive collection of tomes.
So you're it does require attunement, Gitrot. So you're gonna need some time to attune to that. If you guys decide to, he just offered that you can take a long rest here.
Sounds good.
And
do you mind if we take a look-see around your beautiful laboratory?
He specifically said
off,
don't
Kyra.
touch anything. It depends. If you just want to look at the books, yeah. If you just
not with my eyes.
so yeah, he'll probably allow that.
Kalen puts his hand on Kyra's shoulder. Looky, no touchy.
Is there anything that you desire that you might information or of such that you would be willing to trade? I am quite a connoisseur of information as well. I have quite a few tomes and books in my possession, perhaps ones that you have not read before.
Um. So he's just give me a moment here. I'm sorry.
I'm appealing to the scholar in him, as a fellow scholar.
I'm just gonna look around his place in that room. Ooh, and I rolled really good.
He that could be interesting. Since you offered, he says that, well, I suppose I should like to entomb my brother in his sarcophagus below. I have put it off for many, many years. What information do you offer? I am always looking for new arcane insights and such. Did somebody open the room to the bedroom, the door?
No, not yet.
Okay,
Not yet. I'm looking around this place,
sure.
and
So yeah, it's just there's tomes. There's like
I'll go look in the bedroom.
Well, let's
he
wait till
basically
Farron's finished.
so after a while he basically tells you, so you gather after talking with him a bit that he claimed this place as his home many, many, many years ago. When the Black Earth cult showed up, they tried to make an ally of him, but he pretty much ignored them, and they make a point of leaving him to his own devices. So that's kind of just this is like his tower.
So
So they ain't
That's what I
fucking with
thought.
him.
They don't mess
So
with
Okay,
him.
so
There's a
okay.
staircase that goes down, and you kind of recall where that was, Kyra. That was the room with the sarcophagus and the other skeletons and such in there. The what do you call them? The
Tombs.
yeah, I'm trying to think of the word. It's like the shelf that you put bones on.
Catacombs.
Yes, exactly.
put bones on.
Yeah, like when you have just
Yeah.
a shelf in the wall that has bones on it. It's like there's another.
Oh,
word
like
for
in
that,
a
but I can't
tomb,
think of
like
it.
in a tomb, like a crypt.
Yeah, that's what it is exactly. Sometimes there's a stone cover over it, but other times it's just
Yeah, I got you.
yeah. So there's like some of that down there, but there was a beautifully carved reliquary as well, or not reliquary, but a beautifully carved sarcophagus as well. And he's giving you the indication that his brother is supposed to be entombed there, but he hasn't collected the body yet. So he said
Does he
when
want
you
our
asked for
help?
help. Well, yeah, when you asked for help, he didn't get. He just said, I suppose I should do that. So you gather he would probably be grateful if you did.
Well, all right. Well, all right. He's been very generous, and Caitlin is obviously moved, even though he's definitely unnerved by this undead presence, and says, "Sir Renwick, we would."
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been wanting to insight his intentions for the longest.
Yeah, you have.
Sure, anyone that's interested can.
Because I'm dead things. Like I'm not willing to just
So, Kaylin is. Kaylin you get the sense that, So, Kyra. Okay, let me back up a step. When you guys roll, I don't pay I'm apologizing. I don't pay very much attention to the text chat. It's just too much for me to do. And
Sorry, dude.
we have a.
I
It's like
I rolled a 15. I
know
rolled
it.
15.
No, that I saw because I know you were actually rolling a die. But I mean, if you're like emoting stuff and like I occasionally look at that, but like don't use that as a way to communicate with me. Most of the time, I won't see it, and I don't want to miss anything for you guys. So
I'm sure. I just didn't want to interrupt you when you were
yeah,
talking.
no, I appreciate that. So when you look around, you get the sense that he's researching. he seems to be interested in like ancient magics, and more magic, and you have the sense that he was a heroic guy in life, and he and his brother were heroic, but he had this like this insatiable thirst for knowledge, especially arcane knowledge. So he is not this type of like evil lich that just is like power hungry and just wants dominion over everything. It's more like he just saw this as a way to extend his life unnaturally, but this way he could continue to study and learn and grow and whatever. So so you get the sense that he's just content to be left here. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to go back out into the world. He doesn't have any designs on conquering the kingdom or any of that. He literally just wants to study and experiment and practice, so to speak. So, yeah.
Okay. So basically, no evil intentions.
Nothing he's done has indicated anything at all. In fact, he almost every time you kind of either mention or he mentions the cult, he speaks with great disdain and distrust, or not distrust, but just great disdain, like they're insects, and he could care less about them. Yeah. He gathered because you sense that because Kalen was so like charming and respectful when he first came, like even though you knocked down his door, like obviously he's gonna have to fix that, but but he still like it was kind of like one of those like, oops.
Right. Well, I mean, he's a lich, dude. I mean, he's like, oh, this is a pain in the ass, but I'm not going to attack you, right?
I could stone shape him a door if we're going to go to bed.
Well, let's not go that far.
You are pretty certain. Well, no, he would very much appreciate that. Actually, that's kind of like that would be a kind gesture. He would look kindly on that. And actually, just because I want to do this and make it more fun and give you guys more opportunity, I'm gonna give Kalen insight or inspiration for that massive 28 roll. Because that was clutch, dude. Because this could have gone entirely different.
Well,
dude,
much different outcome.
I knew the moment you didn't spawn like the combat music and like we're like, and guys, bum 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 bum. I knew that like, okay, there's an opportunity maybe not to just charge in barbarian style, even though I'm a bard, so I guess not bardarian style, you might say.
Bardbarian, yes. This is a coined phrase, bardbarian. Well, yeah, I mean, I hope to give you all as much opportunity to roleplay as possible, and this was perfect opportunity for it. Exactly.
Well, I'm enjoying it a lot more now that I don't feel like other older players were getting on my ass about role-playing Kalen.
It's hard when there's a large group. It is hard. So, I do want to kind of touch base back to Gitrot. Your Constitution goes up to 19. So I don't know what it was before, but that will also mean your hit points will go, I'm assuming, way up.
So do I make normal? It goes up to normally 19, but then it gets the proficiency bonus as well?
No. This is your Constitution score. So your Constitution score is.
Like if
make
I
a note of make a note of what your Constitution score is now before you change it. So that you don't. So if you give the amulet to someone else at some point, you know what I mean, or whatever. He just gave it to you literally because you're a paladin. Like he
Gotcha.
Recognized that right away because you're a paladin. He was like, here you take this. It'll be put to good use in your hands. He trusts.
Yeah, your hit points go way up too.
So yeah. So I mean,
seven times whatever. How many they go up? Added on.
19 is a +4, so I don't know what
like
your
My thing is, I already have. It's at 13 now. So if I change the base
that's
one
massive.
to 19,
So yeah,
that's a
so you gain. You're gonna gain 21 hit points.
21
Wow.
hit
If
points.
I change it to 19, I press the thing. It changes it actually to 21,
Oh,
which I
because
don't know where that's from.
Yeah, that's so screwy. Give me a sec to try to mess with
21, yeah.
But yeah,
3
you
times
have 20. Add the 21 points
You will
to
get-
your
yeah.
hit points.
because every time you level up, you would be getting an extra 3 hit points.
Right.
For
Well,
every, for every level
that's
up.
not what I'm.
He
That's not what I
understands
mean.
that.
Well,
Though.
I know it's not what you're talking
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, make
Let
sure you
me
do that.
let me see if I
Oh,
can fix
gotcha.
it. I know what happened. The character sheets when they got crossed over, they do some screwy stuff. So,
Yeah.
do you guys have? Is it your intention to take the long rest here?
I mean, I'd say yes.
Because
Yeah,
for
Baron already said he was out
I
of spells.
think it's a perfect break point as well. I mean, for the session.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well,
Oh
I mean,
no.
it's
We ain't
20
breaking yet.
It's already
We ain't
11,
breaking yet, Greg.
almost
We ain't
11:30.
breaking yet.
So
We ain't breaking yet. Clearly, you did not just read my thing in the chat, dude.
Alright.
Because we ain't
No, I did not. I was trying to.
We ain't breaking it. Dude. You literally just admitted that you are a bachelor. All right, we ain't breaking it. We're going.
He said-
We're pressing our luck, dude. All right, we're going. We're going.
I'll give you
Okay,
a little
we're
extra
getting-
time.
We're making
It's
the
alright.
plea
We're
to
getting at least
play
another
a
hour.
little bit longer if we
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
I
let
would
me
if I could,
Try
yeah.
t-
Honestly,
Tyler. I don't want to hear that from you, dude. You're in college.
I have like a really early class tomorrow. It's like
What time? What time is your class? 9 o'clock? I mean, give me a break.
8 a.m.
Give me a break. I'm gonna be in my office by 8 a.m. So don't worry about it. All right, suck it up, Buttercup. All
I
right.
also have to drive into class.
So it was.
Nice.
Dude, you have at least an hour left in you.
All right.
All right. I don't want to hear anything.
Just
So,
You ain't going anywhere.
we
You're
are
still- you
so
got an
peer
hour.
pressuring you.
You got an hour. You got an hour.
So what happened is you
know.
originally had a +2 for your Constitution because of your race probably or something like that, or on the old sheet for whatever it was. I'm sure. So I just dropped it to 17 and that
Oh.
fixes it. So
If you might be a hill dwarf.
I am a hill dwarf.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
hill dwarfs
Or
get
mountain
+1.
dwarf.
Yeah, they get an extra hit point for every level.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice. That's even better.
extra hit point per
Yeah.
level.
Yep, I'll tell you what it's called.
Oh,
A
I was.
mountain dwarf.
PC, it's Dwarven Toughness. Yeah, your hit point maximum increases by 1, and it increases by 1 every time you gain a level.
Oh gosh, if you haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
I didn't do that at all.
That's your Dwarven Toughness.
So
wow.
add 6 more.
Oh shit.
So what am I getting overall right now?
Well, so if you didn't add the 21 in yet, you'll get 27.
27. So 66, 27, 6, 30.
So you're definitely our
It
tank.
should be 7 more, Gregory, because it's from level 1.
Yeah, but I'm assuming he would have done it at first level.
Oh, okay. I get you.
I don't know if I did or not. Honestly, don't. 66.
Yeah,
plus-
so we'll just
I'll just
we'll
say
say
we
you
did.
did.
I'll
I
just say
mean, it's
Okay. All right,
one point.
It's
So
1 hit point.
so 27 plus 66
93?
is 93. Yeah, that's right.
Woo!
Well,
93.
that makes sense for a paladin.
Oh,
That's-
good gracious.
Yeah.
And so
I was wondering
56
why I was, like,
plus
close to you in hit
27
points.
is 73. 83. 83.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's
So you're at 8. You're down by 10 hit points. You're at 83
Yeah.
out of. Let me fix it. 83
Nice.
out
Yeah,
of.
you're not giving that amulet to anybody. You're keeping that one.
Yeah.
The amulet is yours.
Swing.
And it will go nowhere else.
Need some level up music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
All right. So to keep in mind, your Constitution was 13. Make a note of that somewhere or somehow, please, just in case.
Looking for a good spot. to
Because
put
I
it.
mean, because it's an item that requires attunement. So
Yeah.
at some point, you probably
Want
won't,
something
but you
else.
may decide to use something else. That's probably an item you would never change out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's possible. So just make sure we note it down. And
Where's a good spot to put this?
Probably in your character sheet in the
Yeah,
miscellaneous.
I was gonna say the character miscellaneous notes.
somewhere. All right.
That's
So
awesome.
all right. So now, since I did miss whatever y'all put on the chat, let me go and read that now.
Yeah, we were talking
Oh,
about
no.
this Farron's fetish of like interesting.
Yeah.
Besides that,
Ish.
oh, please tell me we can play to 1. No, okay. So I am willing to play longer. However, in story wise and in respect to Tyler, I really think this is a perfect place to call it. I mean, if you're gonna take a long rest, it's the most logical place to stop.
All right. Well, I will defer to you.
I mean, is that Tyler? You want to go longer? I'm fine with it, and everybody else is eager too. It's up to you, man. And we're not trying.
I
I'm
would
not trying to
love to,
pressure you. So
honestly. I would love to, but I just don't think it's the best idea.
no, okay. So then be smart. Go to
responsible
school, man.
student.
Yeah, we're gonna play again next week. So let's
Yeah.
let's call it here. All right. So that is perfect. Let me close out the video and
We
say
will be losing our +5 hit points. So if we have long rest.
Tears.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's
he can
fine.
give you 8 again in the morning.
I could just because I know you guys are gonna make dumb decisions again.
I'm fine.
Hey!
It's like a thing every morning. I wake up and just hit you with it.
And
It's worth
on
the
that
spell slot.
note, I appreciate y'all stopping in. Thank you very much for watching. That was a lot of fun tonight, and we will pick up after the party takes its long rest next time. We hope to see you at a table someday, and please keep rolling 20s.